Now we're cooking. It's a coach. This is the 2021 season on EA Sports. Coming up, running back Dalvin Cook.
Right at the convergence of the Three Rivers on Art Rooney Drive, we welcome you to Heinz Field in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Today, it's week 3, and we've got a good one in store between the Minnesota Vikings and the Pittsburgh Steelers. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
That! 230. Mike 5-4. Watch the slack. Watch the slack.
First carry for James Conner. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28.
Let's go, D. Gonna be a long day on this.
Now Roethlisberger. And he's got his big tight end over the middle, complete. And that one goes incomplete. He's maybe lucky it wasn't a fumble as he got hit as he threw it.
It's always tough trying to keep your guy upright when he's trying to throw the football. When you're dealing with those big, bad guys on the defensive front, it's even tougher. And this time, those guys on the opposite side won the battle, getting to the quarterback and knocking him into an incompletion.
A tough spot here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 7. From the gun, it's Roethlisberger. That one into the hands of his tailback, Samuels. No gain at all on the play there, and that brings up 4th.
And that's when it's fun to play defense. When you're able to diagnose a play right from the beginning, get all your guys to the football, and spill the play, that's when you have a lot of fun playing on that side of the ball.
A very nice job on the run back there. He'll get 23 yards all told. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at the 45.
Kill. Check 24.
They'll start out here with a jet sweep. And he'll get this one across midfield and down into Steeler territory. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on 1st down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
Watch the ship.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. McDowell flushed out right. Lets it. This is caught at the 20. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. The first carry now for Dalvin Cook. He'll get forward for 3 down to the 16-yard line.
So many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
Stand up.
On 2nd down, Cook. Cook with a 1st down and much more. And did he get in? No, down at the 1-yard line. That gain of 15 gets him on the doorstep, 1st and goal.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him.
And he'll get in. Touchdown, Minnesota. It's their quarterback. His second touchdown on the season, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Point after, right down the middle. An ideal start for them, really. You force the punt, and then you go down and score.
And you've got to see a fist pump on the sideline from the head coach, don't you? Because he's turned into his bench, and he's telling his team, this is how we prepare. Force the punt, go downfield and score. I told you guys, it's just like a boxer in the gym preparing for the fight. Now we get to turn it all loose.
Now the Steelers offense gets ready to get back onto the field. And they'll certainly be trying to do better than that first drive where they went 3 and out.
And sometimes the first drive is just simply to settle nerves. You know what it's like at the start of a game with the emotion. Guys a little bit jumpy.
You do.
Oh, you understand the same way. Just like us calling one, right? Making sure we ease into the game, let it come to us.
Well, you went 3
and now
and
they
out.
have that opportunity.
No, you didn't go 3 and out. I went 3 and out on that first drive. I'll try to do better here. Now the pass finding its way into the hands of Eric Ebron. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect. Thought they were going to force a 4th down. Instead, P.I. gives him the first.
And that's frustrating because you think you've taken them really deep into the count, haven't you? Instead, you've got to start all over. That can really, really be demoralizing.
Counter on 1st down, not going to get a whole lot. Maybe a couple. 2nd down coming up. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size and these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish.
Check cross.
On 3rd down, Roethlisberger. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The defensive end, Danielle Hunter, drops him.
2 sacks last week, another one right here. He's been unblockable lately, and I think that goes all the way back to not just his offseason, but the film study he's been doing during the week, because I think he's found matchups that he likes, and he's capitalizing.
And a few times he's even defeated double teams. He doesn't care at this point. Now, nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And that will come the offense as they take over. And you see Dalvin Cook and the offense heading back out. And a week ago, as you get a look at the numbers, well over 100 yards, he was on fire.
He was on fire. Obviously, the offensive line was on fire. All the guys were trying to assist him. But you know who else was? The play caller. Because his ego totally got out of the way. And he kept calling the plays that were working over and over. And they really didn't stop him.
Now the challenge, can they duplicate it?
Hey, 2.
To throw on 2nd down, McDowell, and that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down.
How about this offense already feeling good about themselves with a touchdown already in their first drive? They've certainly come out firing, even though that one was incomplete.
With the 7-0 lead, more apt to take a shot like that downfield?
Hey, you're 1 to the good. Go ahead and try and press your advantage.
Quit talking about it and bring it. Mike, 55.
From the gun on 3rd down. McDowell dancing to his left. He may try and run for this. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. The escapability in evidence there as that one good for 15 and a first.
That's something you have to be aware of as a defense and have to find a way to account for him. And if you're not going to use a spy, you're telling your guys to keep your eyes on him, because when he breaks out and makes plays like that, all he does is hurt you.
Have to at least be able to contain him somewhat. There they could not. The numbers a week ago for Cook. Well into the triple digits, and they'll take that every time out.
What I loved was just how decisive he was running the football. Coaches like guys that go north and south. They don't like the east-west guys, the juking and the jiving. 1 foot in the ground and cut.
The Vikings with the football here to begin the second quarter. They're staring up at a 3rd and 9 to start it out. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Looking to throw. McDowell setting up the screen for Cook. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. Well, you can see what they wanted to do. They wanted to set up the screen there, but it got blown up.
It's hard to run that play if you're not getting a lot of pressure at the quarterback because the space doesn't open up. They were able to read that one and slow it down and stop it before they could get a first down.
Could not have thrown that out there any better. When the ball hit the ground, I thought it might go into the end zone the way it was angling, but perfectly jutting out at the 1.
You think maybe what we saw in practice came into play there? You know how you put those big cans down on the sideline and angle for them and chop for them? Looks like it worked out pretty well for them, too.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Now Roethlisberger to throw. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down. Really good defensive effort. They were all over that little swing pass out to the right side before lost yardage.
Terrific read, better execution, and done with a lot of enthusiasm. Well, hit it.
Absolutely.
They saw it all the way, ran to the football, and caused a nice play for lost yardage.
That one good for 14 yards and a Steeler first.
Yeah, they really needed to get something going, didn't they? They had punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
Thanks to that last play, a little more room to operate. 1st and 10 at the 18. From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. And his throw is incomplete. Juju Smith-Schuster, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up 2nd down. That pass just a little bit off. It looked like maybe he tried to force it in there.
Game speed, always different, no matter what you do in practice. Can't simulate it, right? So your decision-making, everything has to be a little bit quicker. Sometimes it can throw you off until you adjust.
And he swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. The Steelers on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Out of the gun, it's Roethlisberger. And all this is taken in one-handed. What a catch. Last play they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards.
What a catch and one-handed, and I'm starting to lose my awe about the play, and maybe I shouldn't. How much of this is the player? How much of it is the glove?
Well, those gloves, they do have a little grip to them. And they get to him with a pressure as Roethlisberger goes down. Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
And when no one's faked out, what's the end result? Quarterback gets hit.
Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Play fake to Connor. Now Roethlisberger under pressure again, and down he goes again.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. They'll find Juju Smith-Schuster. They get a big amount back, 18 yards, but they'll still look at a 4th down now.
Thus far, it hasn't been a real fun half for them, but a play like that may get them off the schneid a little bit, get them loosened up and moving.
Kind of seems like they've been sleepwalking and still sitting on 0 points.
And it's not always making an adjustment. Sometimes it's just going back to what you know can work and finally getting it done. That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. 1:58 left to play till we hit halftime. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
SOS. He's crashing. He's checking crash. Big dad.
Recon, 132 fighter.
He's checking.
Hard.
They run again on first down. Cook. Cameron Hayward in on the tackle.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Get in the weight room. Check it.
Looking to throw on second down. McDowell. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's third down.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
Back to throw. McDowell. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts, as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. The Vikings send out their punter as he'll kick it away for the second time. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. This is taken at the 15. So possession goes over here on the punt. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. So far, they've had 3 drives, 3 punts. Not good.
Not good indeed, because you've got to have something to show for being out on the field. Now, sometimes, if you have a game where neither side has scored, 3 punts isn't a bad thing. But when you're trying to set the pace, get up on top in a game, you've got to show better offense and find a way to put some points on the board.
Check. Watch 54. Let's go, defense. Let's get out the field.
To throw again on second down. Roethlisberger. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on third down.
This defense is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. It came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
Now a third down throw, but it misses the target. Incomplete.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. That's fielded at the 8-yard line. 12 yards on the return that time. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. And now out comes Minnesota. You're under a minute to go here in the half. Field position not really in your favor, but still time to try and move the ball and get in field goal range.
Yeah, you've got the lead. It's definitely a thought. Let's go ahead and try and increase it. But at the same time, I don't like the odds. I don't like where they are on the field. Got the lead. They've done well in the first half. Don't mess it up and go into halftime looking at each other wondering what if.
The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. To throw on second down. McDowell looking left sideline. It's complete. 17 yards, first down, Vikings.
Here we go.
From the 32 now. Here's first and 10.
Switch.
Hey, let go.
From the gun, McDowell. That's complete to the receiver, Thielen. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play.
Let's go. 30 base. Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Watch the screen.
On first down, McDowell. And this is Cook with a grab. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. The Vikings going to use their third and final timeout as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half.
Mike's 59. Mike's 59. Hey, tight. Mike's 5'9". Mike's 5'9".
Go. Go. Go.
Second and 4.
Check.
And he will find his man on the outside. And he's got this down a yard or two shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. 7 yards there and a first down.
Mike's 59. Mike's 59. Hey, me and you all day. All day. I'm coming out.
Hey, Delta.
Mike, check. 59.
Ready?
Throwing on first down. McDowell. And he's got his man on the out route. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 13 yards as the Vikings pick up the first down.
Down.
This challenge was initiated by the guys in New York. Taking a look at the play, less than 2 minutes to go.
Yeah, I'm sure the coach wanted to challenge it, so he's probably going to send the New York office a holiday card.
Check. 59. Strip the ball. Strip that ball.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. And that'll be incomplete with 11 seconds remaining now. Dalvin Cook is running back, the intended target, and it's third down. Here comes the 7th play now of this drive as this is 3rd and 10.
Mike, check. 59.
You better be afraid of me. You better be afraid of me.
Mike's 59.
Secret.
Operating from the gun, McDowell. And that is incomplete. 7 seconds remaining. So coming on now is the field goal unit. They're going to try for 3, and he'll need all the leg he's got here. So this will be spotted on the midfield logo. It's a 58-yard attempt. And that's the risk of the long field goal miss here at this stage of the second quarter. You give up great field position.
And that gives them one more opportunity to make something happen and something big. And we've seen crazy stuff happen at the end of halves.
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 19. So we have reached, and we will skip the highlight show this week. Get right back to this Week 3 matchup. The Vikings have to like their position. They've got the lead. They get this football as well as we are back and underway for the second half. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. So here are the Vikings to take over. They've won 2 straight, and they lead this one as well as they come up on 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, McDowell lets it fly for Thielen. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete.
Unnecessary roughness. Defense.
Now, I know it's an emotional game, Charles. You can't do that.
And when you get into your film sessions and you argue your case with your coaches, that's exactly what they say at the end. You just can't do it. It costs your team.
Good starting field position for the Vikings as they have it 1st and 10 at the 40. And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
On 2nd down, it's Cook. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. It's a gain of 11 as the Vikings pick up the first.
Well, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Now a pass dumped off to his running back. And that play will go nowhere, losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13.
You know what the key to a good screen pass is, don't you?
Bet you're going to tell me good blocking?
Well, good blocking eventually. But first, it's good acting. You want to let the defenders go past you, leak out to whichever side or even in the middle where you want to set up the screen, and then you do your blocking. How about the read, though, by the defensive guys? They weren't fooled at all and actually ran with the lineman to where the play was and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
To throw on 3rd down. McDowell. He's got a man. That's caught. Left sideline. And they're going to have themselves another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 33. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more...
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. T.J. Watt causing the disruption. He gets the sack.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
Rush in, rush in, rush in. Here we go.
Looking to throw. McDowell eluding the pressure right. On the run, he'll let it go deep, right sideline. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And it's a fumble. And it's picked up by the Steelers. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. Big Ben and the Steelers with a 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
Black, what's that? Black, it's on!
They start the drive with Connor. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the 1st level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the 2nd level.
This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Here's Roethlisberger. Now he's going to go deep down the left side, and this will be caught at the 30. And he gets all the way down to the 30-yard line. A big play that time for Pittsburgh. 42 yards. So the big play has them all the way down to the 30 now for 1st and 10. To throw here, Roethlisberger. And it's complete. He gets this one to Washington. Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. On 2nd down, Connor looking for space. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
They go play action with Roethlisberger. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Danielle Hunter able to record his 5th sack of the season.
That's his second sack of the game, and the best defensive ends, they do their homework as much as offensive guys do. They know how to beat the offensive lineman across from them, what moves they need to do to set them up. This guy's been pretty good at it all game long.
So as it turns out, that sack doesn't wind up costing them, Charles. They at least get points, get 3 of them.
Yeah, that's where your kicker can really come to your rescue because you know after the sack there was a little consternation there. Are we out of field goal range? Are we going to be able to get 3? In this case, he stepped right up and gave them exactly what they needed.
Now whistles and a timeout. Looks like we've got a Viking slow to get up. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And last drive, obviously not what you're looking for. You've got the lead. You've got to protect the football.
So in other words, someone got lucky because they've been moving the ball really well and wearing them down. In this case, though, giving up the football doesn't make them very happy. They can't wait to get back out there and atone for it.
Yeah, try to atone for it here on this drive.
61, match box, right. On the ball.
And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. A 10th carry in the game for Cook. Oh, he sheds himself free. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Give him 18 there and give the Vikings a first down.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
On first down, McDowell, and this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
Check. Get it.
On second down, this is Madison. He's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Now.
Back to the ground, this time Cook. And this play comes to a halt at the 33, and obviously that's well short of the first down. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. What that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
But from a defensive perspective, though, I think maybe they're saying, hey, we did what we needed to do, kept this a one-score game.
Yeah, without a doubt, because they were able to bleed some time off the clock, right? Put themselves in a good position, but it's not out of reach yet, okay? Being able to hold them to a field goal means that they do have a chance to come back and win this game.
Big Ben and the Steelers with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Here's Roethlisberger. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line.
So, Brandon, we've sat in with a lot of coaches, and when they talk about things they want to accomplish offensively, I'm not sure that sack and sack are on their play sheet.
So the sack, and now a 3rd and long situation for the Steelers and Ben Roethlisberger. Roethlisberger. And that is incomplete. How about the defensive effort from both of these teams that we've seen in this game?
Would you say it's like a high-stakes chess match right now?
Chess is one way to go. Yeah, I like it.
Okay, the only reason I say that, you feel like they're contemplating their moves before actually making one, and none of them being done very confidently.
Truth be told, I've never played chess, and I know that I'm not smart enough to play chess. Guys like you with your IQ, you can pull that off.
70, Indy. Watch out.
First down, here's the run with Cook. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Brandon, you know how many times we've done games, and at the start of the 4th quarter, we see both teams hold up the 4 fingers, 4th quarter is ours. Well, how about this drive? You saw the 4 fingers for 4-minute offense, and this offensive line has really hunkered down and established themselves.
Yeah, this is where they say, put the game on our shoulders, we'll lead the way, right?
No doubt about it, and let me tell you, if you're a running back, all you want to do is get behind those big fellas, have a little vision, and find some space.
And a solid way to do that on the first play of the drive there. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it as we come up on a big third down. On the ground, it's Cook. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. 10 yards, and it's good for a Viking first down.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the fourth as it was way back in the first, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
Back to throw. McDowell. That's going to be caught. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. Late game, that hurts. Take the touchdown off the board.
No doubt about it, and this is where you make a great movie scene, right? Go in, rally the team. Okay, we lost points there. Let's get it back and go out and score again. Can he get it done?
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. Looking to throw. McDowell. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Cam Hayward, always a force, got back there for the sack.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Now this one from about 2 counties over after the sack. They come up on a 2nd and very long. Back to throw. McDowell. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Boy, the numbers throwing the football just not trending in the right direction. Last week he was under 50%. He's under 50% again here.
And we haven't gotten an announcement, but it appears to me that he might be a little dinged up and is just trying to play through. You know, he's one of those tough guys that wants to answer the bell each and every play for his team. That might be throwing off his accuracy.
From the midfield stripe, they look to throw. And that is incomplete.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunities, flying around, making plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result.
This is away and a very good kick, angled for the sidelines. That'll be out of bounds, and how good was that? They'll say the 3-yard line. That's where they spot it.
You hate to give the ball away here in the fourth quarter while you're just holding a slim lead, but that punt, absolutely ideal. They pin them inside the 5-yard line. They give their defense a really nice opportunity.
Now it's counter. And that winds up a decent run, and it also takes us to the 2-minute warning. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. They come up on a 2nd down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down to the wire. He's back to throw. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down. So negative yardage, a loss of 3 on 2nd down, and that leads to a tough 3rd down call. Here's Roethlisberger. Open man, Smith-Schuster, it's complete. The Steelers able to pick up 18 yards there. First down now, but the clock continues to move. Ebron with it over the middle. 12 yards that time at a Pittsburgh first. First down now, but that clock rolling. They'll look to throw. And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off near the 44. And his crew will take over at their own 45-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And this game not quite in hand yet. We'll likely see all 3 timeouts defensively and then reassess where we are.
Hey, exit. 59 mark, 59 mark. Check, 59.
That one looks like he'll throw here. That one into the hands of Thielen, complete. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as the clock will stop with 1:06 left to go in the game. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
Watch the slant. Lock it. Lock it.
Cook. And some space here. And he's across for the touchdown. And in the final minute, that should just about seal it.
And that touchdown should make you feel comfortable. But do you really feel like it's totally over yet?
Not totally, but I think you're pretty much there.
Yeah, you've still got to make sure you stay with it, do all the right things down the stretch, especially on defense. But that touchdown there, you've got to feel good about your chances.
That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. So Ben Roethlisberger and the offense down by 2 touchdowns. A little under a minute to go. It's been a struggle to score all day, and now they need to do it twice here late to have a chance. Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. Roethlisberger got to get his guys to the line as quick as he can. Throwing again on 2nd down. Roethlisberger. And he will find his big tight end over the middle. The Steelers signal for the second of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this 4th quarter. Throwing now, Roethlisberger on 1st down. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. And that one, Charles, is just going to about wrap up what was no doubt a dominating defensive performance.
Yeah, I don't care what team it is. I don't care who you play, whether they're strong offensively or not. Just giving up 3 points in the NFL, that's absolutely a dominant performance and one that they can build on.
Now the Steelers going to use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock stops with 23 seconds to go in the game. Victory formation time for the Vikings as they'll take a knee here. And they cannot do anything to stop the clock defensively. 3 straight wins to start the campaign now.
And this is where a team privately, within the confines of their own room, their meeting rooms, the locker room, they start to think to themselves, we're pretty good. We should be a playoff team.
So the final seconds have ticked away in this Minnesota victory, and they were spurred on by a strong performance in that 4th quarter as they held their opponents off the scoreboard.
Everyone wants to pitch a shutout for the entire game, but when you throw one in the 4th quarter, that tells everyone that you're getting stronger and dominance is starting to take over, right? The way that you close, the way that you finish, that gets preached to you from the time you're playing.
The young, incredible, honestly unforgettable. You a Joe like Chappelle show. This so perennial. Do this for my millennials. I be murdering any flow. I just had to let you know. It's the young, incredible, honestly unforgettable. You a Joe like Chappelle show. This so perennial. Do this for my millennials. I be murdering any flow. Yeah. I just had to let you know. Yeah. Give me that work and I can sell it. I put it on the line like I ain't selfish, nah. The story flip if I let you tell it. Put my heart and soul in so you feel it. I ain't never faking, I'm the realest since Tupac in imprisonment, claiming his